Conor Benn shows off body transformation amid weight cut for Ryan Garcia fight. Yes, this is Conor Benn looking lean. Looking very lean, it has to be said, ahead of his fight next month with Ryan Garcia. His first fight at welterweight in over 4 years. Now, bear in mind, he fought Regis Prograis at 150 pounds, not welterweight. And he didn't look good in that fight. Didn't look good at all. He looked noticeably smaller. He looked noticeably leaner. He looked noticeably more lethargic in that fight against a very small chinny who had a body, may as well have been glass, Regis Prograis. And Ben didn't look good. And once again, his power was still nowhere to be seen.
This is my last fight at 147. When I win the world title, I'll move on. But for me, yeah, I haven't made 147 for 4 years, so it's challenging. Don't get me wrong, it's really hard. You think I went up to 183 pounds for the Eubank fights, you know, so it's hard, but, you know, we're getting it done.
Yeah. So after this fight, we'll be going up to 154 pounds then?
154, 160.
I just don't feel like I need to spar a lot, guys. I ain't gonna lie. Sparring a lot is just for people that don't know how to fight for real. I know how to fight. I just think Ben's a bum, bro. So I'm sparring streamers this whole camp. What do you guys think my weight is?
How much do you have to fight at?
147.
147?
Yeah. So I'll be...
How much do you weigh right now?
I don't really disclose it.
Oh, you can't? Oh. Sorry.
I think Ryan knocks out Conor, to be honest. I think I'll go past 5, but I think like 7, 8 around there. I think Ryan will knock him out. I just think that Conor Benn's gonna be too drained at 47. Like, you seen him the way he looked at 49 against Regis. Come on, dog. Like, you ain't gonna tell me that Ryan ain't gonna stop this fool. He's gonna stop him. This is a good fight for him.
But besides that, the pressure, what else you think Conor Benn does that might give Ryan
That's the thing. It's not really much. I see him as a raw talent. I'm not saying he's a bad talent.
Yeah.
But I see him as a raw talent.
Okay.
That, you know, he doesn't impress me with his jab.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He doesn't put combinations together.
Not really.
He just comes and he molds you down.
I don't think he's gonna make it.
Huh?
He was struggling to make 149.
I don't think he'll make it either.
No offense to Conor, but we don't even know what he looks like at 147 anymore.
Last fight with Conor Benn, legs didn't look stable. I didn't think he performed well.
Fighting at a weight that he's not fought at for 4.5 years.
The weight cut seemed pretty easy for you.
It's never easy, but you get it done.
When Ryan Garcia saw Conor Benn's latest training footage, he didn't analyze his technique or discuss strategy. Instead, Garcia reportedly reacted with 5 explosive words that sent shockwaves through boxing.
Hey,
Guys,
you guys
how
hear
is it
that
so
Conor
far?
Benn already said this is his last fight at 147? Bro's already making excuses. I don't want to hear none of that, bro. You said you wanted this work. You
Guys, don't worry. I'm going to show you guys.
I'm going to put
I'm
a
a boxer,
beat down
okay?
on your butt. Luckily, it's a kid's channel right now. This is a kid's episode.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm him!
Family-friendly Ryan. Family-friendly Ryan.
Family-friendly Ryan, bro.
Yeah.
Him! Bet the house.
With their WBC welterweight title showdown set for Las Vegas, Conor Benn's dramatic physical transformation has taken over the boxing conversation. The British contender now looks less like a conventional welterweight and more like a fighter carved from stone. Yet beneath that intimidating appearance lies a massive gamble. The weight cut could fuel his championship ambitions, or leave him vulnerable to Ryan Garcia's speed, power, and precision.
The weight's a big issue. You know, Conor at 149, his last fight, he hasn't fought at 47 in 5 years. And, you know, he went up to 160 to fight Eubank in those 2 fights, put on some good size, some good mass, had a lot of trouble getting back down for the Prograis fight, did not look good at the scale, and that was at 149. 2 pounds is 2 pounds, but it's 2 pounds at the end of a weight cut.
Yeah.
How much do you think this plays a factor in this? You're a guy who you made weight recently. You understand what it's like to get back down, going back down in weight.
Yeah, it's I think it could be problematic for Conor. I don't think either way.
I think it's a huge issue. I think
either way he's not going to win the fight, but I think they'll probably use it as the, hey, you know, we didn't perform because of the weight type of thing. You know, I think it is. I mean, and in some ways it is going to weaken him. I do think that, but I think even the best Conor Benn gets knocked out by Ryan Garcia. But I do think that it's not going to help his cause either. Yeah, it's a difficult weight cut for him for sure.
Yeah,
I think that'll be used as, I won't say an excuse, but a reason for Conor.
But where does he go after that then?
Returning to the 147-pound limit for the first time in 4 years is an enormous challenge. Recent photos circulating online show Conor Benn looking extremely lean, with pronounced muscle definition and noticeable vascularity for the welterweight division. Benn has openly acknowledged that reaching this target has been physically demanding and exhausting. He has even suggested this could be his final appearance at welterweight. Making 147 pounds while carrying that much dense muscle is an ambitious move, raising serious questions about whether Benn is pushing his body too far. Some fans now wonder if the extreme cut is worth the potential physical advantage he hopes to gain.
Obviously, a lot of people sort of talking about yourself making 147 again. I guess from your camp, the weight coming off nicely.
It's hard. It's brutal. This is my last fight at 147.
Your last fight, what?
This is my last fight at 147. When I win the world title, I'll move on. But for me, I haven't made 147 for 4 years, so it's challenging. Don't get me wrong, it's really hard. You think I went up to 183 pounds for the Eubank fights, so it's hard, but we're getting it done.
Yeah. So after this fight, we'll be going up to 154 pounds then?
154, 160, 168.
Okay. Yeah, interesting stuff. But yeah, on September 12th, how does it play out in your mind against Ryan Garcia?
I believe I knock him out early.
Brilliant.
Once Ryan Garcia's reaction hit social media, the clip spread rapidly across the boxing world. Garcia appeared genuinely stunned by Conor Benn's size and conditioning, instantly reigniting heated debates about Benn's training methods, physical preparation, and past controversies. While some fans praised the British fighter's dedication and transformation, others interpreted Garcia's reaction differently. They believe it could be a calculated psychological tactic designed to create doubt around Benn's physical condition and legitimacy before the two rivals finally meet in Las Vegas.
He said, yeah, it's hard, it's brutal. This will be my last fight at 147 pounds. When I win the world title, I'll move on. But for me, I haven't made 147 pounds for 4 years, so it's challenging. It's really hard. You think I went up to 183 pounds night of the fight for Eubank Jr. fight, so it's hard. We're getting it, but we're getting it done. Right, so that's what Conor Benn has to say there. So, and look at those before and after pics. Like 183 pounds, okay, we'll take your word for it, but you're telling me, hang on a second, you're telling me even with a rehydration clause, you packed on 23 pounds from the weigh-in. Okay, I believe you, thousands wouldn't. But still, if he is he looks noticeably leaner, you can see that. And for Conor Benn to be admitting that this is his last fight at 147 pounds, that tells me that, and essentially already saying that, the struggle is real. People, that tells me that Conor Benn is already planning the excuses. Because if you think about it like this, how often do you hear fighters who go into a fight knowing they'll lose? Chavez Jr. versus Canelo Alvarez, prime example. They did that fight 9 years ago at 164.5 pounds. It was Canelo's official debut at middleweight, which was closer to super middleweight. And Chavez Jr., who really cruiserweight, he was big at light heavyweight. For him to get down to that weight, even at that stage in his career, was seen as that's just unbelievably ambitious. And even in the build-up to the fight, when he looked an absolute skeleton on the scales, he looked awful, right? He didn't even try in that fight. Well, I'm saying he didn't try most time, but you know what I mean? He had nothing left on fight night. Even still in the build-up, he was saying, yeah, I've made the weight comfy. I might even be able to do 160 pounds again. They don't want to give anything away. Even though they know probably not going to win this fight, probably it's a way too far, I've taken too much off, I still don't want to, give my opponent any more confidence than he already has. And I want to give the perception that, all right, look, I'm not expected to win. I'm the underdog. But without admitting to the world, I'm really struggling, this is hard, I'm just going to act like...
Across hardcore boxing forums, skepticism surrounding Conor Benn's transformation is reaching a fever pitch. Reddit users have revived the infamous egg jokes, referencing the controversy surrounding his previous failed test and his team's explanation involving unusually high egg consumption. Fans have also circulated side-by-side footage comparing Benn's early career physique with his current appearance. During his earlier fights against journeymen, Benn looked noticeably less muscular and more naturally built. Today, his dramatically different physique has become a major talking point. Critics argue that gaining substantial muscle density while simultaneously dropping to a lower weight class raises difficult questions, fueling intense debate about how such a transformation was achieved and whether it can be maintained safely.
Oh, I want to say this too, real quick before I go. Did you guys see Conor Benn's before and after pictures?
showing Conor Benn when he's at his natural weight and how he looks now. This guy looks sick now. And I told you guys on my Facts Friday that there's a difference between sweating and making weight and having to work the weight off. And you guys know Roy Jones Jr. is my favorite fighter of all time. I was a huge fanboy, and I always use him as an example. When Roy Jones Jr. moved down from heavyweight and he shrunk down in 3 months to light heavyweight, he was never the same since. If you look at Roy now, look at him right here. In his first fight against Tarver, his shoulders were so damn sloop and small and dehydrated and deflated. They couldn't even poke out of his robe. Look at him. No muscle definition, no teardrop, nothing. But look at him just 3 months prior when he built the muscle to become heavyweight. That dude looked like a damn Hercules. And he had to work all of those muscles off. He didn't just sweat and make weight and sweat off the fat and just shrunk down. No, muscle weighs more than fat. He had to shrink the muscle down. He had to cut muscle. Take it away from his reflexes, his speed, his power, all the things that made him Roy. I am concerned for Conor Benn. Conor Benn having to cut that muscle and stuff like that to fight Ryan Garcia, which he hasn't been at 147 in.
Even boxing insiders remain unconvinced that Conor Benn's sculpted physique guarantees success. Former unified champion Keith Thurman described Benn as a bodybuilder boxer, arguing that excessive muscle can sometimes sacrifice flexibility, fluid movement, and technical efficiency. Meanwhile, veteran trainer Brian "Bomac" McIntyre backed Benn to stop Ryan Garcia, claiming Garcia has never fully recovered from his defeat to Gervonta Davis. Bomac's prediction sparked a heated response from Garcia, who fired back publicly and mocked the trainer's own health and dietary habits, adding another layer of tension to an already explosive matchup.
Ryan Garcia, Conor Benn.
Conor Benn gonna probably stop him.
What? Really?
He gonna probably stop him, man. Keeper. Ryan he ain't been since that first fight with Haney. And he got popped. He just had never been he never got back to that type of winning. I've seen being firsthand. Man, that dude, he gonna destroy you. You heard it first. You heard it first from Bowman.
I hear you.
Legendary fighters and analysts such as Roy Jones Jr., Sean Porter, and Tim Bradley are examining this matchup from a tactical perspective. Muscle mass won't protect Benn from clean counterpunches, especially against Ryan Garcia's lightning-fast and dangerous left hook. Benn's aggressive, forward-moving style could force him directly into Garcia's preferred striking range. If the added bulk has reduced Benn's head movement or reaction speed by even a fraction, he could be vulnerable to punches he never sees coming. At the highest level, speed, timing, accuracy, and precision can neutralize raw strength. And if those technical qualities become the deciding factors, Garcia may hold the crucial advantage heading into their Las Vegas showdown.
You know, when he fought against Eubank had a lot of opportunities to counter. And he didn't. He couldn't pull the trigger. But I feel a young guy like Garcia, he's going to be able to pull that trigger. And one of the best things about his game is that he's a decent counterpuncher. I'm not going to lie. He's a decent counterpuncher. He knows how to land that left hook. And the fact that his father started to develop his right hand, that's going to help him even more in fights, because he don't have to be just dependent upon one punch. He can use both hands now. And what I did like about Ryan's performance was he did go to the body as well. He went to the body with right hands to the body as well. And he used his feet and he moved laterally. And he was setting nice little lateral traps, walking Barrios into shots. And that's what he's probably going to do against Conor Benn. That's probably what he's going to be looking to do. Use his aggression against him. And he's going to catch him coming in, double impact, and it can be all she wrote. Both guys have been down before. I've seen Garcia down. He gets up, right? He gets up. And I've seen Conor Benn go down too. I seen him go down against a guy that don't really punch that hard too. Not a real big puncher. Early in his career, you know, he learned it on the job. I think another aspect of this fight that's probably not getting talked about is the fact that as much as we talk about Ryan Garcia, you know, I can't help but mention that it took him 10 years to win a world championship, or a world title, I should say. Took him 10 years. That's a long time. That's a very long time. So like, even with his talent, it doesn't match the accolades, right? Doesn't match the accolades. And you can say outside things, as you know, you can say outside things got in the way, maybe his relationship with his promoter, whatever. You know, you can make any excuse you want to make, but I'm looking at skill, I'm looking at talent, you know, the combination of...
Conor Benn repeatedly insists he thrives under pressure, claiming doubt and criticism bring out his very best. But his actual career record tells a different story. Benn has been a betting underdog only twice throughout his professional career, and both instances came against Chris Eubank Jr., making his underdog narrative questionable.